Hello all, I am Vishesh Patodiya, student of Hansraj College of 5th semester Zoology Honours. I am currently participating in a research project on vaccine hesitancy under the vision of Dr.Parul Kulshreshtha at Shivaji College, University of Delhi. The title of the paper is Attitudes Towards COVID-19 Vaccine Hesitancy and Intention to Take the Vaccine. It was published in the journal Pharmacy Practice in the year 2021. The objective of this study were twofold. First is to explore attitudes and factor influencing attitudes towards the COVID-19 vaccines amongst people living in Malta, which is country in Europe. Second is to identify the reasons as to why individuals are unsure or unwilling to take the vaccine. The methodology used in the study has two consecutive short anonymous online surveys using social media platforms were used to gather data from adult individuals. So in study 1 was conducted between 13 October 2020 to 16th November 2020, in which cross-sectional means data is collected from a defined population at a particular set of time. It was employed to gather data about the attitudes and behavior towards the COVID-19 vaccine, and it was open to the residents in Malta. It consisted of 17 questions inspired by the theories of plant behavior and result action, which I will discuss further. It was structured as follows. It included like basic demographics like gender, age, marital status, educational level, country of residence, whether respondents were health workers or suffered from chronic disease, and whether they took the influenza vaccine the previous year. Now I will briefly talk about the theory of the plant behavior. It includes three factors. First is the attitude as what do you think? Second is the subjective norms with what do the others think? And the third is the perceived behavior control as what you perceive from the other people. Now, in this study, these factors being are the first is the personal attitude toward the vaccination in general and the COVID-19 vaccine in particular. Second is the attitudes of significant others about the vaccine. Third is the perceived behavior control, which refers to the perceived difficulty in performing the behavior that is taking the vaccine. The study too was conducted between 26th October 2020 to 26th November 2020. It was open to an international population, not just individuals residing in Malta. It was aimed to identify the reasons as to why individuals were unsure or unwilling to take the vaccine. It included the basic demographics of gender, age, educational level, and country of residence. The respondents were asked whether they intended to take COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available or not. The responses were measured on a Likert scale as shown here. Is an example, with 1 being strongly disagree, not at all, and 10 being strongly agree to take the vaccine. There are several tests performed like t-test and one-way ANOVA test followed by post-hoc pairwise t-test with p-values corrected for multiple comparisons using the Benjamin-Hochberg correction were used to determine the relationship between demographics and responses related to the attitudes and willingness as measured by the Likert scale variables. These are the results which are which we get from the study 1 and 2. These are demographics and the descriptive data. This is the data we get towards the attitude towards COVID-19 vaccine and its influencing factor. This was the regression analysis which was conducted to determine the predictors of willingness to take the COVID-19 vaccine. And in the study too, we found the reasons for not wanting to take the COVID-19 vaccine, the reasons for being unsure of taking COVID-19 vaccine, and the additional reasons for not refusing to take vaccine and being unsure of taking COVID-19 vaccine. From these studies, we found that the vaccine hesitancy is related to attitudes. Participants who were unsure whether or not to be vaccinated wanted more information about the vaccine, and those who were categorically in their intention not to take the vaccine had a different set of attitudes which exhibited a general lack of faith in vaccine. Now, the most important discussion is the attitudes of significant others were identified as being an important factor influencing vaccine uptake. A strong positive correlation was found between willingness to take the vaccine and giving importance to the opinion of family and friends, as well as valuing the advice of healthcare professionals. In this, we also found that women were more likely to engage in preventive behavior and were less willing than men to take the vaccine. Now, vaccine hesitancy is more of a continuum than a binary decision, which means that there are not two groups, there are basically three groups. One group which is ready to take the vaccine without any fear. Second group which is not ready to take the vaccine at all at any cost. And the third is very which group which is unsure about taking the vaccine. So these were the discussions we found. So thank you everyone.